Did we seriously just watch a movie about tuna?
Bumblebee tuna!
Bumblebee tuna!
Bumblebee tuna.
Hi there, nice to see you. Bumblebee tuna? Bumblebee tuna!
Hello, Jim Carrey.
That was so funny.
Oh, man. Guys, welcome to another Cinefanatics review. My name's Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And as we just stated, it's Bumblebee.
Not the tuna can.
Not the actual tuna.
This was the movie about the Transformer. Alright, so right off the bat, I know like the point of these reviews is for us to talk our way to what we thought of the movie, the opinion. Right off the bat, this was a good Transformers movie.
Finally.
They finally made a good Transformers movie.
This is the one we've been waiting for.
Oh, this movie took place in 1987. There's not going to be any spoilers in this, by the way.
Yeah.
This movie takes place in 1987. Within like the first, 3 minutes, we're like, yep, this is going to be a good Transformers movie.
Open it with a nice sequence.
Oh, just amazing sequence. And I just want to quickly hit the looks of the Transformers. Fantastic. Everything that was messed up with the stupid Michael Bay formers, they fixed. When an arm moves, you see an arm move. A leg moves, you know it's a leg, for the most part.
He was born in the 80s. Well, I technically was too, but I was at the very tail end. So you can tell he's got the passion here for the original Transformers.
You got the touch! Whatever.
Whereas I can appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, when someone takes a property that's already established and treats it well with respect, you can see that. It shines through in, say, a movie.
Yeah.
This one was done with respect. Michael Bay was a producer on this, but it doesn't look like he actually had any creative control.
What I think happened is that he just said, Travis Knight, here's some money. Go for it.
Go make a good Transformers movie, and hopefully you do better than me.
Which is the role I appreciate Michael Bay being in at this point.
Which, I mean, A Rock will do better than Michael Bay on a Transformers movie at this point.
Here's the thing, I like a couple of his movies.
Yeah.
It's beside the point.
His movies overall, Island, Bad Boys 2,
these are
fantastic.
Ones we appreciate, yeah.
The first Transformers movie wasn't that bad. From there, they just kind of went downhill.
Give or take. So, I mean, that being said, we're talking about the looks here of the Transformers. It's something where in the original Transformers movies, the ones that Michael Bay did do, we had basically a mishmash of a bunch of robot parts going everywhere, doing this, that, and the other. This one, we immediately can tell the difference because they look like the original Transformers. And I think what it was, and I know we talked about this off screen, what it was, I think, is that movie studios now are more comfortable with taking these risks. You hate to harp on Marvel some more, but you have Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. You have these really odd-looking characters. Guardians of the Galaxy. You have these really odd-looking characters from the comics. They've been able to translate them directly to the screen while keeping their original look, and audiences have been receptive to it. So I think now you have Paramount saying, okay, let's take those original looks of the Transformers, let's actually translate those to the screen and see if audiences appreciate it the same way they do these comic book movies. And I think it really, really worked for this movie.
And not just the looks, but the sound. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but I will rest all of your fears. The transforming sound is back. Not just in the one Transformer at the very beginning of the movie, and then that's all you hear of it. It is used every time. Every time a Transformer transforms, you hear that sound, and it's so refreshing that is back.
He is on fire and excited about a sound effect.
It's just a sound effect. Something so stupid, but you miss it when it's gone, and you don't feel connected to that property because it's not there. Moving away from the Transformers themselves...
For just a second, anyway.
Yeah. The humans. I mean, this one... There wasn't really any humans in this movie that were a part of the Transformers property. None of the Witwickies-ish.
Give or take maybe a cameo that we're not going to spoil, sort of.
Yeah. But, I mean, we got Haley Steinfeld, that's the newcomer in this movie. She's a conflicted teenage girl that happens to stumble across Bumblebee and goes on from there.
You mean like Sam was a conflicted teenage boy who happened to stumble across Bumblebee?
Pretty much,
so
yeah.
It's like the same character.
It's pretty much the same character in some ways.
That being said, Haley Steinfeld is a star in her own right, and I think this is a good vehicle for her. A good vehicle for her to be.
Yeah.
Puns!
Loved it.
Anyway, yeah.
And then the other major one was John Cena, who we've seen in action and comedy. We've seen him do a whole range of stuff, and now he's in this Transformers movie playing a military guy.
What I liked about him, though, is that when you see most military guys, especially ones who are the bad guy, you have more of a, like, another pun, a robotic style to them. They're very, by the books, I'm military, you do this, that. And while there were touches of that with him, I think there were parts of him that were a little more humanized. Like, he was able to have some jokes that were actually funny and not... Why?
Cringy.
Like the original Transformers that had those jokes that were kind of like, this one?
Oh, yeah.
Those weren't there.
Like the original Transformers did all the stupid like poop and fart jokes.
Yeah.
I think there was the one where they go to like his college campus and the mom inadvertently eats like pot brownies and starts tripping on the... It's stupid.
Or you have Bumblebee peeing on somebody.
Oh, yeah. Like, ugh.
Yeah, those jokes are nowhere to be found in
this movie and its property was treated with respect.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of like control Travis Knight, the director, had. Travis Knight was previously he still is, I guess, the CEO of Laika that did like Paranorman, Kubo and the Two Strings, those movies.
Yeah.
And last I checked, he was also rumored to be taking over directing duties for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Which, after seeing this movie, I can get behind that.
Yeah. I would say that the storyline for this movie I thought was pretty good. The fact that it kind of maybe is connected to the previous ones, maybe not. We're not 100% certain. It could go in multiple directions, but the storyline that is set up here, it is primarily focused on Bumblebee. And the connection that Bumblebee makes with, like, Haley Steinfeld's character, and what his exact need and specific reason for being on Earth is. I think they did a pretty good job. It is a very small... I mean, it's kind of like something from the original Transformers movie. Bumblebee was pretty much already on Earth before Sam Witwicky found him. So this is kind of sort of what he was doing way before Sam Witwicky found and bought him.
That being said, so what you're getting going into this story is definitely very much a boy and his dog tale.
Yeah. It's a girl in her car in the 80s.
Girl in her robotic car tale. You know, one of those movies. So...
Not again.
Dang it, it's cliche. Yeah, so it definitely had, like... It had feels of, first of all, definitely the 80s. So much 80s in this movie.
Oh,
everywhere.
the soundtrack to this movie is fantastic.
Soundtrack is perfect.
There's one song in particular that they use. Absolutely amazing that song shows up.
Yeah, so there's many, many nods and references in this movie. I think this movie definitely had a feel of, like, say, the Iron Giant. And you could tell that, like, watching the trailer. Definitely in this movie, you know, boy discovers giant alien robot. Girl discovers giant alien robot. So, I mean, you definitely get that kind of feeling in this movie.
So, in short, I would say I am eager to see... They're going to continue this from here on out. I'm eager to see the direction they take it, which, again, that still kind of falls back into whether or not this was a part of the original Transformer movies that have already come out. Who knows? But wherever they take it from here... This is a good foundation to build a proper Transformers property on, and I am excited that we're finally going to get what we all deserve from the Transformers.
I do hope they spin off into a new reboot, essentially, of this. I would love to get some serious, like, Cybertron action in a movie, just let a whole movie be on Cybertron, because, you know, that's the kind of stuff that looks really good, especially now that we're going back to, like, the original design for the Transformers.
Yeah.
Whether we get that or not remains to be seen, but I think that'd be a great direction for this to take. Definitely recommend going and checking this out in the theater. Worth the dollar. Let's show them that this is the way we want the Transformers franchise to go right now.
Yeah.
So... highly recommend going to see this in the theater.
The only negative I would say taking away from this is that by the end of the movie, it did kind of feel like it was dragging on, but I felt okay about that because we were at the end of the movie.
It ended at the proper place. It wasn't too long. Yeah.
So that's usually one of the biggest killers for me is when the movie just continues to drag on, or like a movie review just tends to drag on. That's one of the things I have. Anyways.
Yeah. So what are we rating this?
So the rating for this, I would give this one honestly. I mean, I'm going to be a little generous just because I am looking at it as coming from a Transformers property on the whole. But, I mean, this might not be my rating compared to other movies that we've rated. So
never is.
I'm going to be a little bit nicer on this. I'd probably give this about 4 Autobots. Yeah, I'm going to use the Autobot logo. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to odd that I think we agree on multiple movies here recently. On this one, I am also going to give it 4 out of 5 Autobots. You know, it's a solid, entertaining flick. Good one to take the family to.
Very little language, and the language used was not harsh at all.
Yeah.
This was probably more of a PG as far as language goes. There's a couple of things in there that might be a little too much for younger kids.
At least for a PG rating, might be a little too much. So, you know, parents make that decision themselves. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, definitely worth checking out. You know what else is worth checking out?
What?
Our channel.
Oh, yeah.
We got other stuff coming out here pretty soon. Let's see, we just knocked out the Aquaman review. You did the Mary Poppins review.
Mary Poppins. We're about to do a trailer reaction to Men in Black International.
Which will actually probably come out before this video, so
So
go check it out.
Yeah. And then
So much stuff.
Yeah, who knows? I know we got a couple more movies that we want to go check out within the next week or so. So, yeah, a lot more stuff coming out. End of the year, Oscars, all that good stuff coming out. So please subscribe to the channel. You will be notified as to when these come out. Like this video, like our other videos, and comment. Did you see Bumblebee? Did you like Bumblebee? Did you not like Bumblebee?
Do you have a craving for tuna like we do now?
Oh, yes. Tuna salad. Ooh, sounds good.
Nope, I just lost it.
Ooh, okay. So let us know what you think, and as always,
Autobots, roll out.
Later.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
See ya.